So we're going to look at naming ionic compounds. Now, whenever you name ionic compounds, we've got to break it down into two type of categories. Metals that have only one type of cation, and then metals that have more than one type. I like this little chart right here. These are metals that only have one type of cation, group 1A and 2A, aluminum, zinc, cadmium, and silver. If it's not one of those, they can have more than one type, like 2 plus 2, plus positive 3, etc. And we have to do a little bit more work whenever we name these. So let's start. LIBR. So lithium is a group 1A, so I'll just name it as is. So lithium. Remember now, when it becomes an anion, it ends in IDE. So this is lithium bromide. Number two, again, sodium is a group 1A, so we name it as is. This is oxide, so this is sodium oxide. This one right here, Fe, this is iron. So iron can have more than one type of cation. So it's not on the list. So we have to do a little bit more work. We have to indicate what type of cation it has. The way we're going to do it is from the chloride. So chloride is -1. It's a halogen. It forms -1. There's 3 of them. So my total negative charges is -3, which means my total positive charges have to be +3. So these ionic compounds have to be neutral. Well, I have one iron. It has to be neutral. So to balance it out, my iron has to be +3. Which means now my charge is Fe, iron, it's iron 3 chloride. So 3 is the charge now of that iron in this particular case. Let's look at this one. This is 10. This is a polyatomic. Polyatomic, you just have to memorize. This is hydrogen carbonate or bicarbonate ion. 10 is not on that list, so I have to indicate what type of charge is it. 2, 3, 4, whatever the case may be. The bicarbonate ion forms -1. 2 of them. So my total negative charges is -2. I have 110 now. To balance this out, it's going to be +2. So it's 10-2 bicarbonate. Can write hydrogen carbonate, same thing. Last one we're doing, this is lead. Lead's not on that list. We have indicated type of charge it is. This is a sulfate ion, very common ion. It forms -2. 2 of them. So my total negative charge is -4. Lead now, there's only one. So it has to be +4. So lead 4 sulfate. So I want to finish this off. In this case, I give it a formula, and we're going to name the ionic compound. This makes it a little bit easier because sometimes they give you the cation or not. This is copper 1 phosphate. So copper can form more than one type of cation, so they have to tell you what the charge is. So in this case, it's copper +1. Phosphate, polyatomic. We have to memorize it. PO4, 3 negative. And again, we want these to have the smallest ratio, so I'm just going to reverse it. Put the 1 here and a 3 there, so. Okay. So Cu3PO4. Again, the 3-to-1 ratio has to be the slowest ratio you can have. This one's aluminum nitride. So aluminum is +3. So aluminum is one of those that you just have to memorize. Nitride is -3. When you reverse it, always take a look if you can reduce it down. I can reduce the 3's down. It's ALN. The last one, magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is a group 2A, it forms positive 2. Sulfide 6A forms negative 2. So again, we can reduce it down so it's MgS.